Welcome back to Notre Dame Day. I'm Alex Wilcox. Our next guest has been called a once-in-a-generation leader, which probably contributed to her selection as the inaugural managing director of the Wilson Sheehan Lab for Economic Opportunities. Heather Reynolds served as president and CEO at Catholic Charities Fort Worth for the past 14 years, gaining the experience that makes her the ideal leader for Leo's efforts to reduce poverty and improve lives. Heather, welcome to the University of Notre Dame, and of course to Notre Dame Day. We're thrilled to have you.
Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here.
Glad to hear it. Now, during your tenure at Catholic Charities Fort Worth, the organization grew tenfold locally and also expanded its programming across several states. So what did you do there that was so impactful, and then how did that in turn have an impact on the larger community?
Sure, that's so kind, first of all. I had the opportunity to work at Catholic Charities Fort Worth for about 17 years. And in my time at Catholic Charities Fort Worth, we set out a vision to end poverty one family at a time. And the reason we did that is because we saw repeat customer after repeat customer coming through our doors. And in most businesses, repeat customers are a great thing. Yeah. But when you're trying to make a difference in someone's life, it's not so good. And so what we realized after years of serving is we were band-aiding a problem rather than really getting to the root of why somebody was walking through our doors in the first place. Wow. So really why we were able to grow and increase our impact is because we started doing programs that really got to the root cause of why someone was in poverty, helped them solve that so they could live a life outside of poverty going forward.
Wow, that's great. And so, as I understand it, Catholic Charities Fort Worth was actually one of Leo's first key partners. So was that your first experience really working with Notre Dame?
Almost. My first experience was Catholic Charities USA had worked with the Mendoza School of Business to offer a From Mission to Service leadership development training program. So that was something myself and our team at Catholic Charities Fort Worth went through. Okay. But shortly after, I had the opportunity to meet Bill Evans and Jim Sullivan, the two co-founders of Leo here at Notre Dame. And it was there that the partnership really deepened between Notre Dame and Catholic Charities Fort Worth.
Gotcha. So why come to Notre Dame? You spend so much time in Fort Worth. Yeah. First off, the weather's a lot nicer there. But so how did you end up here here at Notre Dame?
Well, I heard the weather was wonderful here. I was surprised moving in January. Well, so why is because one of the beautiful things about a partnership with Notre Dame that we had was I began to see that when Notre Dame researchers worked hand in hand with us at Catholic Charities Fort Worth, we were able to really crack the code on what worked to end poverty. We were really able to understand what we needed to do more of on behalf of those we serve, and frankly, what we needed to stop doing. And so why I grew super jazzed is because Notre Dame brings to the table a care for the common good, and what Leo was able to bring in is really that method of building evidence, so we knew what to be doing on the ground floor.
Wow, very cool. And so can you tell us a little bit about what the Wilson Sheehan Lab for Economic Opportunities, or Leo, does?
Yes. So we at Leo are an academic research lab, and basically what we do is we partner with nonprofits across the country with the economists and other interdisciplinary professions that we work with here at Notre Dame. And basically we study things that nonprofits are doing on the ground. So it may be everything from how do we increase low-income students' ability to graduate from community college, to how do we increase earnings, to how do we prevent homelessness, to how do we keep somebody housed, or how do we help children get a good start to life. All sorts of things related to the space of poverty. And so the nonprofit has the intervention, Notre Dame or Leo comes in and studies the intervention, and we work hand in hand to make sure the nonprofits in our nation know what they're doing that works and what they're doing that they maybe don't need to do anymore.
I can tell that this is a topic that is really passionate for you, something that you're really excited about. If you had to pick one thing, what is it that most excites you about leading Leo's initiatives?
What most excites me is the ability for impact. This organization has it all. Notre Dame has the brand, we have the intellectual capital, we have the horsepower, and so our ability to really change the trajectory of poverty in our country is real and it's present. And so to be a part of that effort just excites me greatly.
Wow, that's great. Heather, thank you so much for joining us here on Notre Dame Day. It was great getting to know you and getting to talk with you here.
Great to meet you.
And also thank you for dedicating your time to being a force for good in the world.